Minecraft Legends is a new spin-off from the Minecraft series, alongside Dungeons and Story Mode. I was super excited for this game because it's an RTS, which is one of my favorite genres, so I was keeping up with it and it finally released, and, well, it's interesting. The visuals of Legends are pretty darn nice. It still feels like Minecraft, but in a different and a good way. Not everything is like a cube and some have slants, which I really like. I think a lot of the character design is great. The four main piglins have like this really nice, recognizable, and unique look. I like a lot of them. My favorite has to be the mushroom one. His clan gives me very like Nurgle vibes, which I really like. A lot of the units look really nice too. I think the plank golems have to be my favorite. They're the little like plank guys that shoot arrows. They're probably the best. I really want them added to normal Minecraft, which I think would be really cool. I like a lot of the music too. Overall, there's not super many recognizable tracks, but a few were really nice. They also made it so every time you do a command, build, or otherwise, you pull out a little loot and play a little tune, which I thought was a really neat thing. Legends gameplay isn't like a traditional RTS, something akin to Command & Conquer or Age of Empires. The closest thing I can think to, compare it to is Brutal Legend. In both games, you'll control a character that gives commands to units, so it's all done through this central being, and it's not really like you're some omnipotent sky commander. So I guess I've seen it been called a action RTS, but I think it's weird in Minecraft Legends case because all you can really do is attack with a sword, and you can't really do anything else. In Brutal Legend, you can mix with other units and you have multiple different attacks, but in Minecraft Legends you just have one attack and it barely does much. My guess, they probably made it this way to make it more accessible for kids and people getting into the RTS genre, and maybe for people playing on controller, but I think Halo Wars did fine with a controller. The main problem when it comes to commanding units is that you have to be in a certain radius of them, and it is how it works in some other games that I've played, but it's a pretty small one, in my opinion. I found a way to get around this problem just by telling units to follow you and then commanding them, but it's still kind of annoying. It just overall feels clunky. On top of that, pathfinding for units is really bad. You have to babysit them so much because they'll just waltz off cliffs and walk into lava and stuff, and it's really annoying. Most of the gameplay consists of protecting villages and destroying piglin forts. It's a procedurally generated world, so it's pretty cool. I like the idea of an open world RTS, but in this one it kind of falls flat. Most of the stuff is pretty repetitive, and I wish that there was maybe more just not sieges or defending from sieges. I think it would be cooler if we had some actual normal just land combat. There is some pretty cool stuff to do in the open world, you can find new mounts and defensive towers and these weird special ancient guys, but I really wish that they kind of moved into that more, like I said earlier, with having these land battles so you can find patrolling battalions of units and fight them. I also feel that the strategy in this game is pretty shallow. It's pretty much the best course of action is just throw a bunch of creepers or units just at the portal or the big guy until it dies. The closest thing that I felt to when I was strategizing was constantly moving up a forward base and building artillery, and then just shooting the portal with the artillery a bunch and then building towers around my artillery. It wasn't really that engaging. Overall, the strategy just kind of feels like a big nothing burger of fighting. It's just the clumps are running into each other. The building in the game is alright. I really like the way you upgrade some buildings by building a building to upgrade those buildings, like the stonemason, which it will be a big area of effect for buildings that it will upgrade to stone, which I think is really interesting. One thing I think that was a pretty big missed opportunity in this game was the fact that you can't design your own buildings maybe beforehand. So in the main menu it's this is what I want an archer tower to look like, and it's it will put you in these parameters that you need to fill. So it's it can't be bigger than this, and it will always take up this amount of space. But for a Minecraft game, I feel that would fit perfectly. It doesn't really it looks like Minecraft and kind of sounds like it, but it doesn't feel Minecrafty. Same problem with dungeons. I just feel like they don't really have like a Minecraft spirit to them of like creativity and making your own thing, which I wish they did. One more thing that I think was really weird not to include is that there's no AI for skirmish battles, which I think is really weird for an RTS because, like, that's, at least for me, makes up a lot of gameplay for me. It's just, you beat the campaign or something and you just play against the AI skirmish like a bunch. I really like that, and I think it's really weird that they didn't include something like that. The game doesn't have much of a story, but I don't mind what's there. I like all the cutscenes with each piglin boss. They show their like fun character traits and, such. Overall, there isn't much, but I think it fits, and it doesn't really need a crazy story. Overall, Minecraft Legends kind of disappointed me. I can't say I didn't like it to some extent, but I wish it was done better. It costs more than normal Minecraft, and honestly, I don't think you can get anywhere near the amount of playtime out of this game compared to normal Minecraft. If you have Game Pass, I would recommend trying it out, but personally, I wouldn't pay more than $10 for this game. So if you really want to play it, and you don't have Game Pass, I would definitely wait for a sale.